So, if you run a specialty medical practice, you know the goal, right? It's a steady, predictable flow of those really high value cases. But how do you actually get there without just, burning cash on marketing that doesn't really move the needle? Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down the actual strategy behind creating a referral engine that works.
And let's just start with the big one. What's in it for you? We are talking about cases that can bring in between $5,000 and $15,000. Yeah, each. This isn't just about packing your schedule with more patients. It's about getting the right patients, the ones who seriously impact your practice's bottom line.
Okay, so that really gets us to the core opportunity here. See, these personal injury, no fault, and workers' comp cases, they're just a totally different animal compared to your standard insurance patients. They represent a much more profitable, much more sustainable way to grow, and you really got to understand why. I mean, just look at the raw numbers. It's pretty stark. On average, the reimbursement you get for these cases is 3, 4, sometimes even 5 times higher than standard insurance. We're not talking about a small bump here. This is a complete game changer for your practice's finances.
And it's not just about that one-time reimbursement either. The treatment itself lasts way longer, usually 4 to 8 months, which lets you build out these really comprehensive care plans. And here's the kicker. Attorneys need you to provide amazing, well-documented care. It actually helps them build a stronger legal case. It's this perfect setup where better patient care literally means more revenue for you. And the best part? The demand for what you do? Oh, it's already there.
So, if these cases are so great and everyone needs them, what's stopping them from just flowing right into your practice? And that gets us to the real bottleneck. And I want to be super clear about this. It has absolutely nothing to do with how good of a doctor you are.
That's right. Your expertise, your team, the tech you use, none of that is the problem. You know exactly what to do with these patients once they walk through your door. The real issue is the system, or, the lack of a system, for getting them to your door in the first place.
Sound familiar? Most practices are stuck in this wait and hope mode. You're maybe relying on a couple of attorneys you met years ago, just waiting for a referral to randomly pop up, and really, really hoping that word of mouth will do the trick. Look, that's just a recipe for inconsistency, and it leaves a ton of money on the table.
So, to fix this, you have to get how the whole referral world actually works, but from their side of the table. You've got to get inside the head of that attorney who's deciding where to send their most important client. And this right here is where so many people get it wrong. They spend a fortune on a slick website or a big ad campaign thinking that's what attorneys care about, but it's not. What actually works is so much simpler. It's about clear communication, it's about understanding their world, and most importantly, just being the first person they think of.
Just let that sink in for a second. It's not about having the most qualifications in town, it's about being the most trusted and top-of-mind doctor in their personal network. Trust and relationships. That's the real currency here. If an attorney doesn't know you and they don't trust you, you're just not even in the game.
Okay, so the big question is, how in the world do you build dozens of these trusted relationships when you're busy, actually running a practice? Well, the answer is a dedicated growth engine, a system that's designed to build that referral pipeline for you. And the whole process is really methodical. It all starts by figuring out who the right attorneys are, reaching out to them professionally to get their attention, and then just putting qualified meetings right on your calendar. After that, it's all about making sure everyone's on the same page and managing those relationships so the cases keep coming, month after month. And what's going on behind the scenes is a pretty high-powered engine. We're talking about building custom lists and making 50 to 100 professional calls every single day, all on your behalf. That's the kind of intense, focused work that's just impossible to do while you're trying to see patients. This is about building real infrastructure, not just running a one-time ad. This side really says it all. Think about all the stuff you get to stop doing. No more awkward cold calls, no more chasing people down for referrals, no more trying to hire and train someone for this. Your role? It gets super simple. You approve the strategy, you show up for the important meetings, you give amazing care to the patients that show up, and you collect the revenue. You get to focus on being a great doctor while a dedicated system fills your schedule. So, what does this actually look like when you get started? Let's walk through the journey from day one all the way to building a predictable stream of new cases. It's a really clear, structured path. The first 30 days, that's all about laying the groundwork, building the lists, starting the outreach. By the second month, you're starting to feel the momentum. You've got more meetings on the books, those first relationships are starting to click. And by day 90, things start to get predictable. You've got real referral partners, and the engine is really starting to fire on all cylinders.
But look, a plan is only as good as the results, right? And that's why all the rest here is on us, not you. If you don't see real, meaningful momentum, actual relationship building within those first 90 days, you get your investment back. Simple as that. It's our guarantee that this process works. So the takeaway here is pretty clear. Those valuable patient cases, they don't show up by accident or from some generic marketing campaign. They come from a systematic, professional approach to building real, trust-based relationships. So the question for any practice isn't if you need a system, it's are you ready to finally build one?